This is Gwendolyn with Alberta's Astrology, and I am here to talk to you about a major transition that is occurring Monday, July 17th. It will occur from 2023 to 2025. And we have this nodal shift right here, where this node, the north node, is moving into Aries. Here it is at 29 degrees. It just came from Taurus. So the south node, or the dragon's tail, is moving from Scorpio into Libra, also at 29 degrees, the last degree of each of those signs. I'm going to talk to you about the north node into Aries right here. Represents kinds of experiences we must work with to develop with our karma and to grow spiritually. It is a key to our happiness and fulfillment.
He is represented by the tarot card, the Four of Wands, which is the third decan in Aries. So the significant dates or birthdays that this would apply to would be May 11th to May 20th, right? And the key themes for the Four of Wands are like arriving to our goals, celebrating our joys and passions and our success, and the love of family, others, and homes, which is really part of this video. A very significant part is about our homes and our families. So it fits very nicely, of course. The meanings for the Four of Wands and things that us Albertans, of course, will be expecting over the summer and specifically in May will be our stability to our family, be a strong focus on our homes, celebrations of weddings. Remember, I am an officiant and I do weddings. Community success. I talk a lot in this video about the gathering of community and working together. So we'll see a lot of community success. Success is a real big focus of our dedication and our desire and our drive to succeed, to make Alberta a better place. Happy families, hard work, which pays off. And again, success, family reunions. After COVID, we're all getting back together, and it's so nice to see our families and to be with the people that we love. Relax and rest, because after all that hard work, it's nice just to relax and rest and enjoy it. Right, stable and healthy homes will be our major focus over the next 18 months. I already said weddings and the unity of all of us together, our collaborative unity and working together. Right, so those are major themes for this North Node. Thank you.
Young ducklings disport themselves merrily upon the pond. Essential social cooperativeness and appreciation of selfhood. Also a sense of inner restriction and contentedness. So this is about families caring for their children and for each other. It's looking for comforts within friends and family. And it's really focusing on what we have versus the lack of. So it's a sense of community. We are really moving into a time where we hopefully will get to know our neighbors more and more and come back to community efforts, people working together for the greatest good of everyone. And this is really important, Albertans, because this is a time of significant change. I'm going to talk to you more about that in a minute. So we're realizing our limitations in the affordability of everything, but mostly housing. And even now, with food, all right, even power and gas and electricity, all of those things. All right, so we're realizing the limitations and the responsibilities of having to look after our families, providing for our children. And we are requiring more community resources to assist us in doing that. So, community is essential. And the more people that work within the community, the more we can help each other. The more we start going to our government and expressing our concerns and our needs, the more things will change. It requires us to take risks. And we're going to be moving, more and more of us will be moving from feeling stuck and staying stuck into action, because we just can't be stuck in debt. We can't be stuck in starvation. We can't be stuck in homelessness, or watching our friends and people close our communities begin to suffer. All right, so we are going to move out of fear, because Albertans have always been the quiet followers. They've been, just go along, go with the flow, don't cause any trouble, and, basically we're kind. And however, our boundaries are going to be massively crossed, and we are now going to be increasing our self-expression by the people, for the people. This true node here is allowing us to reclaim our identity in creative ways. All right, so it allows us to reclaim our identity in creative ways, Albertans. So if that's individually or as a collective, this is what's happening in this house. Be the focus over the next 2 years, 18 months. Okay, innovation will be the main focus. All right, how is Alberta innovating? How are we innovating? All right, to grow Alberta. All right, now I want to just talk about when Alberta was established as a province. Up here, this was our natal North Node in 1905. Okay, so this node was a portrait, the best of a man's trait or idealized, the shaping power of an idea or ideal over outer form and behavior, completeness of realization, pure aggrandizement, intent. So the intent for Alberta was that, it was when Alberta became a province, it was called the Great Inauguration of Alberta. And we were quoted as Alberta as the young giant of the West, a people of destiny. So keeping that is what our intention was when we, at that time, was communicating in a trusting and carefree way. All right, and so that's what we came in with, and this is where we are now. We're innovators. All right, our people of destiny are innovators as how to benefit all people of Alberta in the best ways. And it requires the communication. This is very important. The communication has to be honest and trustworthy, and it has to be carefree. It's not going to work if we're angry or storm things. That is not going to work. We have to do it in a trusting and carefree, honest way. Our integrity must remain intact here. We will start to see any lies or falsehoods or any secrets will now be realized, because this in Aries in the 5th house requires integrity and honesty and trust as values. And anything that is lower than those esteemed values will be revealed. Okay, so be watching for that in our 11th house. All right, so this represents our experiences and qualities that come naturally to us, that may be overdeveloped, or that we tend to fall back on. All right, it can be a point of undoing.
Hi. Okay, so I'm out in Alberta, at the Narrows, which is just off of Buffalo Lake. It's beautiful here. Got birds flying by. I'm just going to talk to you about the South Node a little bit more, and the tarot card that brings in this card, which I found really interesting. So it's the Four of Swords. It is also in the 3rd decan of Libra. And important dates would be October 13th to October 22nd, which is when we'll see a shift in the node a little bit, because the node starts out here, and then as it progresses, it will change in October, and I'll do an update then as to what the nodes are bringing for us. So the key theme for here is self-care and healing yourself. Meanings, quite a few of you are still feeling anxiety after COVID and just going out and being in crowds. It's difficult to get used to. Also, with the 4 of Wands in the other house, there's so much progression and so much movement forward now, it's going to be really important that we take care of ourselves. So with this new moon also in Cancer, which is at the same time on the 17th, we're definitely going to be feeling probably more the tail of this dragon moving forward. And just knowing that this is where we're coming from, and the head of the dragon is where we are going to. So meanings are anxiety and fear and healing and inner peace, feeling overwhelmed, feeling stuck. I've talked to a few people now, and they're feeling really just stuck and overwhelmed, mostly with their thinking. So if you can just get a different perspective, Albertans, on focusing on the hopes and not on the fears. All right, this is just part of the astrology right now. We don't want to remain stuck. We really do want to move forward and progress. We also want to do it with lots of self-care and balance. I forgot to add balance in here. It's really important. We don't want to overwork or be overstressed. We will be really getting in touch with our soul's purpose, reevaluating our values, what's important to us, really coming back to that balance. I've already said that part of those values are family and community will be prominent in the next little while, along with all the things that you love, because Venus, both of these cards are ruled by Venus, and Venus is going in retrograde here next week. We are in the shadow period, so that's also a little bit of a slowdown and a reevaluating of what is really important to us and how to go forward. It's restlessness. What's my plan? Where am I going? What am I doing? And setting out that plan, but again, not to your self detriment. Okay, a lot of worry, and it's important to relax and rest along your road of success. Okay, Albertans, we know that the next 18 months is a wonderful progression forward, but it can't be at the expense of our health and our well being. So it's important for us all.
Three mounds of knowledge is intelligence gathering. So, what we'll see is we'll see an increase of AI. I mean, it is intelligence, artificial intelligence. It's a really like a powerhouse of thinking. So, we'll see growth in technology, maybe new technology universities, new schools, building community again. A growth mindset, in new affordable ways. Um, we need to be aware of living in our thoughts. What are we thinking? Because what we think is what we manifest, right? So, over analyzing and thinking negatively. So, we need to reframe. We're going to be reframing. We're not going need to. We're going to be reframing our thoughts. Um, as we go to our neighbors and to our friends and reaching out to our communities and assisting our communities in growing ourselves and others.